This is 2.5 Takes, a podcast dedicated to our love of sports. On this episode, we're going to focus on American football side of things, primarily the University of Oklahoma, while sprinkling a little bit of news from around the college landscape. And of course, we're going to focus a little bit on the end of the 2025 NBA champions, who will be tipping us off. Well, by the time you're watching this, 6 to 7 days from now, which is
6, 7?
Yeah.
Oh, I
6,
didn't
7.
I didn't mean to.
Wow.
Gosh darn it. I didn't mean
I didn't
to.
even know.
I didn't. Well, I'm always joined by two great guys, and as y'all can see, Paul, Steven. It's a little different. We are not together.
What the heck?
I know.
Oh man, lame.
We're kind of it's the adult side of our lives. We travel, or either traveling. Our children take over our entire weekends, and so we can pivot. But first off, hey guys, how we doing?
Hey, doing good. Paul just got back from Breckenridge, right?
I did,
Good
man.
old time.
The weather in Colorado is superior to that of Oklahoma. I can confidently say that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Highs in the mid 50s, lows in the high 30s. I mean, guys,
you couldn't have brought it with you.
It's just beautiful.
Try, dude. I tried to suck it into the car, but the boys kept blowing the window. It was a whole thing, but
yeah,
it was good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a band competition on Saturday, full
Sounds
day.
about right.
Southmore band, basically dropped Roman off at like 7:20, and all the dads and moms volunteered to do a whole bunch of stuff, and so we were in Tulsa all day. Got home about 2:30 a.m.
Golly.
On Saturday, so
gosh,
we were able to watch. We had some TV set up and stuff to watch some games and everything, but
and somehow, in the middle of all that, you filled the baptistry at Redeemer. God bless you.
Yeah. What can I say?
Fantastic.
Super pastor over here.
Absolutely. Blakely had
Shaun?
a rec game at 1. Then
you wish it was from like 1 to 5,
Yeah, essentially. She had a game at 1 and a game at 4:30. So we had to be there at 4, right? But she just the tiny amount that she's taken to club, to academy. This is her first rec game back because, again, we're psychopaths and she's doing both this fall.
Sickos.
Scored 4, had 2 assists, and
let's go.
She had a breakaway. It was just her in the goal, and we were up a decent amount, and so she cuts it back, and the kid runs past her, and then she passes it back to our defender. I'm like, don't be so obvious.
Yeah.
But
work on the basics.
It was actually really, it was nice to actually see the growth of her game, because for club, they're playing up a lot. Like one game, 2 to 3 years of age.
Yeah,
older.
That's what Taryn said. Yeah,
it's odd.
That's a huge gap, man. That's such a huge gap at that age too.
That there's little, like, even every 6 months, you're seeing a massive just increase in either a little bit of skill or athleticism shows, and so. But hey, we're having fun. Honestly, she got killed the second game, but it wasn't as bad as OU getting killed. So we had to go there. So
nothing quite like it.
Yeah.
I text you guys. I would have rather lost to Kent State and won this game. I'll stand.
Definitely. Yeah.
Losing to Texas is the worst in the world, and it's pretty common right now. I don't like it.
Well, and that's the thing. The discussion was, if you'd look at the beginning of the season and we'd say we were 5-1, and we'd be happy. And I'm like, yeah, but if that one was a loss to, Michigan, then it would be much better.
Yes.
So
100%.
I think it's just like, even Michigan or even Auburn. Even if we lost to Auburn, which would have been terrible, Jackson Arnold back at OU, losing by 2, 3, 5 points, whatever it is. Like, just Texas
it
just sucks,
yeah.
man. And they've been abysmal in some ways. Like Arch Manning has been abysmal. Like by all accounts, like Stone should have had a heyday on this dude, and it just didn't click. It didn't happen, and it sucks to lose games. And we're OU fans, and so we have a lot of, I don't know what it is like.
A lot of questions, a lot of expectations.
Yes, exactly.
High expectations.
Yes.
The moment we stop having high expectations for OU football, that's whenever the apathy starts to set in, and you get and that'd be a really sad day. So
for sure,
we want to have the high expectations.
Keep that going. I agree.
Yeah. So just in general, just the weekend, there were a few other games, that were kind of going on. I kind of tried to take a few notes too, as those were going on, and we weren't the only ones that faced defeat. Indiana beats Oregon.
They look good. Dude. They got a good coach.
They have a really good coach, and it's kind of crazy because I think he was like FCS before he came to Indiana, and he won there. So he's really kind of won at every level that he's coached at. Signetti is just I don't know that I like him, but he's definitely got a chip on his shoulder and attitude, and his teams play like that.
Did y'all see that the AP poll? 5 people still said Oregon should be number 1, and only 3 said Indiana.
Silly. They beat them at home.
Yeah. Yes. Indiana went to Oregon and said, "No, we're going to take
Oregon."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's goofy, man. You know what? In Breckenridge, one of those shops, I saw a hat that said "Silly Goose." I should have got that for those voters.
You should, man. You just needed that because you use that phrase so much. You used it against Piston fans last year.
Dude, I think we could have a segment called the silly goose behavior at the end of each one, where I'm just like, here's my biggest silly goose of the week.
I'm here for it.
Paul's silly goose of the week. Okay, I think a new segment.
I've got a lot. I've got so many.
They could put a little logo that comes up. Just bam.
I don't think it even has to be just sports related. I think it's just Paul's silly goose of the week award, and it can be whatever category of media you want to do.
I like it. I got so many.
Yeah, in this day and age, there's.
I can't wait, guys. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, next week. We'll start it next week.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
Okay. Next up on that, Penn State loses again they lost to Northwestern, so that's 3 in a row, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back for
Coach said bye-bye.
Yeah, they fired.
I feel bad for him. He didn't get paid, did he? Did y'all see? In $66,000 a month.
Also, can someone just take $1 away from me? Just because. Just someone take the $1 away from me. Or add $1. I don't really care at this point. It's a weird number for per month. But no, I would love to make. I saw a tweet earlier. I'm not going to say by who. I couldn't tell you. But he was like, I told my wife that I'm going to go ahead and jump into coaching. And then the idea is, I really don't care if I get fired, but in about 5 years, I'm going to just make sure I'm at somewhere where I'm going to get fired. We're going to go live happily ever after, somewhere on a nice little boat.
Well, I mean,
like if you were like a ex NFL guy, or even like a really good player or something like that, it's pretty easy for you to get into coaching. If you have connections and stuff. You obviously don't get that buyout money, after 5 years, but.
It's insane, man. It's so crazy. And I mean, it's just tough because, like, think about being a Penn State fan right now. 2 years ago, Cloud 9, up and up, resurrection of the program, and now
they won 2 playoff games.
You're right.
2 playoff
You're
games
right.
last year.
You're right. That's a great point. Yeah.
I mean, and he's fired this year. I don't.
And for him, there's got to be.
Like,
he's got to be thinking like, yeah, it's hard. You have hard games, you have hard seasons. Teams show up to play, just like in the NFL. Any given Sunday in the NBA, any team can show up. But for him, he's got to be like, well, okay, I guess pay me.
Like what? Just yeah. I mean, I guess I'll take my $49 million
Dude,
and go hang out with Jimbo Fisher on the
dude,
and Ed
dude,
Orgeron on the beach.
banana boat. Do we know? I'm sure one of y'all might have a better idea, but like what Venables? Let's say we lose the next. Let's say we lose the next 3 games in a row. You God forbid or whatever. What is his contract?
I
Like
think it's like
if we
35 million. I think it's like a
okay
$35 million buyout.
okay
$36.3 million if fired without
okay,
cause by
which would
December 1st.
be that would be terrible because in a year that you're losing your AD and your coach, I mean that would be a rough unless we hire Presti.
Yeah.
Unless we hire Presti. If we hire Presti,
Sam
it's
Presti, he can do both. He's got time. He can do NBA and OU football.
Do we know
Anyways.
who's that? Sorry, it's a whole nother segment. Sorry.
No, just for your. I don't think we know. I don't think that there's any inkling as to who they are looking at to go towards for an athletic director for OU right yet.
okay.
So then just a few other games. A few other games that happened this week. Bama. This just kind of shows you how tough it is to win games. I mean, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Tennessee, you know, so many other teams that just barely squeaked out wins
Agreed.
against teams that you would consider lesser opponents. I mean,
Who did Ole Miss? They almost lost to Washington State.
Lost State.
yeah,
Insane.
the best team in the Pac-2.
Right. Right.
And then
It's just crazy.
Tennessee almost lost to Arkansas.
Right.
Who
right.
is just
Hey, listen.
they lost, like,
if we're gonna be frauds, at least everyone else is a fraudulent team, right?
yeah, I mean,
Ohio State's
right
the only
now,
team.
I mean, like A&M and Ohio State look like the two best teams right now, the way they're playing.
And what's
Yeah,
annoying
that's
is
true.
I fully believe our defense is on par with Ohio State's defense.
Oh no, that's no doubt.
But
our defense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did Iowa State get beat?
Iowa State did lose. Yes.
Yeah.
Texas Tech, they win.
Yeah.
Texas Tech won.
Tech looks. Talk about a complete team. For the Big 12, that I would be stunned if they don't win it all this year.
Yeah. I mean, they're far and above the favorite in the Big 12 for sure. In the Big 10, it definitely looks like it's Ohio State and Indiana, I guess, against everybody else.
Right.
ACC is weird. ACC is weird. It's like Clemson's gone, but Georgia Tech looks really good. Florida State, has their
Florida State's weird, dude.
Bad game, yeah. I mean,
they beat Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know.
And Alabama's good.
Yeah, I don't know. We may be in a situation to where like the team that ends up winning the national championship has 2 losses. Who knows? But as we kind of get into that and everything, I guess, talking about other college football teams, I guess maybe we need to get into, our game that was this weekend. So,
well,
hey, might as well.
To make sure we keep it nice and joyful for at least a moment. Did y'all see the Oregon State vintage logo?
No.
That they put on the field? Hold on, see if I can do this. Here we go. I do here. Guys, bear with me. I've not done this before, so I can do it. Boom.
Ryan, show us our.
Look
dude.
at that boy.
That's beautiful.
Benny
I do love it,
Beaver.
actually.
So which one is it? The one on
the far right, the Benny the Beaver.
Okay.
Benny.
Okay.
I love that. I like throwback, dude. Nice. That's good.
It looked, and there's some like, it's one of those things where if I wanted to just kind of blow more money just because and buy like Washington or Oregon State,
I would buy that shirt or
they'll do that. I wear hats, and their hat was an awesome logo of that with it said Oregon State on the kind of like almost like a badge. It looked awesome. Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, I can't buy anything that's orange. or that has OSU on it.
I
That's just
I get.
obvious.
It said Oregon State. It didn't have OSU on there. It was neat though. But yeah. So what is
What are your guys' initial thoughts
that's my
like
question.
of the game?
So
Oh,
after having, what is it, 2 sleeps? Um, I just think that you're going to lose games. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
I'm trying to be holistically a fan of the game of college football and be like, okay, week to week, as we talk about these games, as we watch soccer, as we watch football, it's like teams lose and it sucks. Um, and we felt this when the Thunder were in the Western Conference Finals and in the finals. Like we feel this weight of losing and you hate it. And this one just has that magnitude for us as fans because I've texted so many friends, um, some that might even listen to this podcast. We'll see that are like, hey, Venables is not the guy. Venables is not it. DeMarco Murray is not it.
Like that's
And I
what
get it.
they've said.
That's what they said, and I
Yeah.
get it. I get that, but as y'all know,
Initials TR.
yeah, I'm a pretty hopeful. I'm a pretty hopeful dude. It's hard for me to. I mean, and y'all know that because of the ways that I pick the games and the scores and all that stuff. It's like I just expect OU to do well. That's who I am, and so I'm just chalking it up. Now, listen. If we lose 3 games in a row after this, okay, dude, panic button. Yeah, Brent Venables is about to get bought out. It's about to happen. Like I get that, but losing to Texas sucks. But it's not the end of the world. Like they're obviously a decent team. Like, and that's hard to say that. And and listening to Teddy and Gabe, they said the same thing as like they basically Gabe, he comes on, he's like, it sucks to come on this program and say Texas has a better football program right now. He's like, I hate to say it. I hate coming on to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's hard. But again, like I think Mateer's coming back from injury. I think that some of those dudes are just young and they're not ready for the moment, and that's hard. So you just got to kind of put your, best foot forward and step into this next game on the road. And I think we'll do well. I actually think that we're going to show up. I actually think that we're going to have the grit. I think that it's going to get better. It just sucks to lose to Texas. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Sucks to lose to Texas. It's just one game. It is, and it's an SEC game. So,
do you think it's a program that's better than us, or do you think there's like? Because to me, I think our defense is still there, but we're back to that moment of like our defense is being just bombarded because we can't, regardless of how good Mateer can be. I don't think we have a line, and that's what I think our biggest issue is.
No, I think they are the thing that I look at. The biggest takeaways that I have, Mateer had a bad day, but like our defense played good enough that we should have won. But there's so many mistakes that happen on this entire team that there's something that's wrong at the higher level, I think. And
yeah,
just a few of the things that kind of stand out is, we kicked 2 field goals in the first half. We have a chance at a minimum to kick another one at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
But the game that was so mismanaged, we have the ball and we're driving with 50 seconds left and basically let the clock run all the way down to 10
terrible.
And there's no reason for that. It was 3rd and 2. If we don't get the first down there, then we kick a field goal.
Right.
And
our field goal kicker's doing great.
Our field goal kicker's been great, and we basically, it's not guaranteed points, but he's been pretty good. So not even have the chance at a field goal, and then having offensive linemen. I know we've got some injuries on the offensive line, but it doesn't even seem like to me something about not knowing what's happening or anything. It seems more about effort on our offensive line. And our offensive line is not even trying to hit somebody. Like if you look at 8, 9 years ago, we had guys on the offensive line that wanted to bury the Texas players in the ground. Like it was their goal to murder those guys. And we don't have anybody at all on our offensive line that is willing to take the fight to the other team. That's why we don't get any push. That's why we can't run the ball because we don't have anybody that wants to actually go out and fight. And it's really frustrating whenever you think that you've got. I mean, let's be honest. Like Biedenbow is supposed to be one of the best offensive line coaches in the nation. I was talking to Ross. I was talking to Ross, and I'm like, is Biedenbow a good coach? And like you were saying, listen to the Teddy and Gabe. Teddy thinks he's a good coach, and I believe, and Gabe thinks he's a good coach, and I believe Gabe in that. But at the same time, it's like, at what point do you have to show results? And
So he
my thought
produces,
is,
yeah.
well, he says, well, one of the things Ross said was like, well, he's got NFL, he makes NFL guys, and I'm like, I don't care. Does it matter as a OU as a team at OU? Do you care about? I mean, I understand. Yes, I want my guys to go to the NFL, but do I care about my guys going to the NFL, or do I care about us being able to run the ball for 4 yards a carry, for more than 3 yards a carry?
Do those not correlate equally though?
Well, they haven't. We've had guys that have gone to the
over the past 3 years. When's the last time we had a lineman go into the NFL and be there like a? I'm going blank on my lineman.
2 years ago we had guys.
Orlando Brown.
That's been a while though.
I mean, that's a longer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ago, but
exactly.
We had a couple guys that not last year, but the year before that, we had a couple guys that went.
So to your point, I'm an optimist, and so I look at the game and I'm like, we freaking gave the game away. We had the penalties. Mateer had, dozens of times where he's standing in the pocket for 7 to 10 seconds, untouched, and throws
the
it
guy wide open or whatever.
Correct. So to me, I'm just like, I'm not freaking out. I'm just like, it was a sucky game, and the punt return, there were like 3 blocks in the back. Mateer had a huge 30-yard run, and it got called back for holding on Kanik. And so I think that more than anything, we shot ourselves in the foot more so than, man, Texas is this, man, they're so good, man. They dominated. Well, yeah, they played well, but we also gave it away. It was so wild. I almost wasn't even like my usual mad self during the game. I was just like out of body, like, well, we made mistakes. We made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
And we can correct that. I think you can correct that in training. I think you can correct that in practice. I think that it's weird. Venables after the game, y'all might have seen this on Twitter, but he was asked a question about the rushing game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ott looks weird. He's not blocking.
That miss in the early in the game was just horrendous.
Yes, and so Venables gets asked about it, and within 5 to 10 seconds, he shifts it to the defense, saying our defense didn't play well enough. Our defense didn't play well enough. I'm like, no, sir, that is not true.
You're wrong. Yeah,
you're wrong, and it sucks to be wrong.
Okay, so given that, so Paul, we mentioned how Venables reverts back to the defense being at fault. Steven, we talked about, he's probably the right guy. Now it's a conversation of, because you made a comment of it sounds and it looks like it's something from the higher ups, like a higher up position is trickling down to these kids, because again, they're 17, 18-year-old kids. So now we ask the question, would we be shocked if we go and lose the next 3 games and Venables is gone? Or would we be shocked if we jump back and all of a sudden we take care? I believe we'll go back and I still think a 8-3, 9-3. That sounds like a season that I think we'll have, but it's also the same thing of, well, I'm not It would not shock me if we revert back to what last year looked like and go, okay, what are we doing? But it's a situation of, so then is that on him? Because we see how good his defense is. Because he's taken over the defense, we look insane.
Yeah, to me, the frustrating thing about it is that when last year, the offense was just so bad, and there were running backs could never get it together. I don't know what's going on with the running backs, but the running backs just can't figure things out. And then the tight end, we don't have a tight end that can block the paper towel. I mean, which is but mostly what tight ends are supposed to do. And to me, I lean on looking at last year. Even tight ends were just not great. We had Bauer Sharp, and he never got better the entire year. These guys don't get better. You don't have tight ends that are getting better and running backs that are getting better. I mean, to me, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, so Ben Arbuckle comes in. Would he have kept Joe John Finley if he had a choice?
Right.
Whenever he came in, was he forced to take these guys?
Right.
Was he forced to keep? I think that he probably would have kept Beatonbow no matter what. But did he want to keep DeMarco? Did he want to keep Joe John Finley? Those two guys just don't seem like they're doing much. Receivers are good. They're not great. I don't think they run the right routes all the time. There's a few effort plays where we got picks, and it looks like that last at the end of the half. Burks was standing in the end zone and didn't even make a play on the ball. And I'm like, if at a minimum, go play defense and hit. Heck, go get a penalty.
That's what you're expected to do.
Go hit this.
Yes.
And so there's just this weird thing on offense where they don't have the intensity, it feels like, that the defense does. And maybe that is, I like Brent calling plays on defense, but maybe sometimes that's, because he's the best man to do it. I don't know anybody else that's going to be better at calling plays than him. But that takes your attention. It's to me, it's kind of like how Lincoln Riley is at USC. He's the best guy that should be calling plays on offense, but he neglects defense.
Can I take this in a spiritual direction?
Absolutely.
Thanks. So, community groups, right? At Redeemer, we call them regroups. A lot of our regroups have a lot of built-in co-leadership, right? And at some point, the co-leadership has to get dialed in for things to just function correctly. Now, what I'm looking at with the coaching staff is like you've got good coaches. I mean, you've got good recruiters. DeMarco is a good recruiter. I think Arbuckle's a good recruiter. I think Brent Venables is a good recruiter. I think Miguel Chavez is a good recruiter. But at some point, those things have to just kind of align to build the team, right? To have a cohesive vision for what's going to happen. And that's true of like small group communities. That's true of churches and organizations and nonprofits and whatever, It's true of government work, Stephen, obviously. And so I just have this thing of like, I think it can get dialed in if people can just give each other space. So like Arbuckle and DeMarco Murray, I'm like, something is not coming together with the run game, because I know both of y'all were watching the game, and over again, they do the same running play where you see them line up and you're like, this isn't going to work. And they do it, and it's a tackle for loss. And I'm no football guru, but I'm like, I watch the game and I'm like, why do they keep doing that? Why do they keep calling the same play? And
at what point should you just give up running the ball at all, right?
Sure. And again, that goes back to like, I just think Mateer had a rough game, and that sucks. And he's coming off, he's rusty. Dude, also, Chicago Bears just beat the Washington, what are they called?
Commanders.
Washington, whatever. Commanders, yeah.
Commandos, the Washington
Caleb Williams.
Commandos.
Crazy, great game-winning drive, dude. Props to him. So yeah,
Wow.
I just think at some point you got to have all these guys that are good at what they do come together to have like this cohesive vision to create a winning football team. And so we've been
Yeah.
we were 5-0, so like some of that works. And then you come against a team that Texas just schemed better, Texas just defended better, Texas had a
Well,
better mentality, and that sucks.
and I got to keep telling myself, like, there's been much worse Texas teams that we've gone in against that have
Sure,
beat us.
sure.
You
The
know,
records, throw the
so
records out in that type of game.
yeah.
Texas could be 0-5, and they would have played us extremely well.
I mean, and there's been games that we've won that we shouldn't have,
Yes.
against them as well. So, I just think it hurts more right now because we're in the moment. Our goal now should be to win out and play them in the SEC championship, or in the playoffs or whatever.
So on that note, does
Just kind of,
that mean you're looking at 6-1?
we're gonna. Well, I mean, before we move on to the next game, what moment in the game, did you kind of look at and you're like, well, we're done, you know?
The punt return. I was watching my tablet. And I just
It felt bad.
closed it up, threw it behind me.
It felt
All right,
bad.
well.
It felt bad.
The way, okay, here's a stat. Here's a stat that it almost the point that got me. I didn't think it was over, but whenever they scored the touchdown to go up 10-6, at that point I was like, oh, because they that first possession they had, it was like a 6-minute drive. Because in the third quarter, they ran, I think it was 24 plays, and we ran 4.
Yes. It was one of those things where, like, okay, you let them run a 37-yard run. I remember that, and you're going, well, we've known to do that. Every game we've given up one big play.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. One big play, and all of a sudden, that play felt that offensive
possession that they had.
Thank you. Clearly the word. A lot of time. That offensive possession by Texas seemed very dominant and very tone setting for the second half.
What was the score at halftime? 6-3?
6-3. Yep. Yeah.
Should have been double digits. 13.
At that point, I'm like,
16.
let your kicker win the game for you.
Yeah.
Just
keep
kicking field goals.
9 field goals or whatever.
Totally.
Let's win 18-6.
Let's hear it for the soccer players.
In all honesty, though, given that there were some fumbles with time management at the end, was there anything you went into the halftime going, we don't have this? Or
No.
like, were you really mad coming in out of halftime? Like I was.
Yeah, I was mad that we didn't get points because I knew that this game was going to come down to that. I knew it was going to be a game where 3 points are going to matter, and they would have. If we would have, I mean, think about it. If we wouldn't have given up the punt, it was
right,
and we'd have kicked a field goal, it would have been 16-9.
Yeah,
I mean, that game's not out of hand, no matter what, no matter how much time.
We did not get blown out. Y'all might have seen it. I can't remember the guy's name. I can find it later. But basically, this guy created a graph of margin of loss.
Yeah.
And OU Texas is just like right there in the middle,
Yep.
Because it just means more to us. We're just super angry and frustrated. It wasn't the most ridiculous loss ever or something. That's silly,
no.
I'm not gonna hit the panic button until we've lost consecutive times, like 2 or 3 times. I mean, at that point, it's like, oh yeah, okay. Like this is I'm still a believer in Brent. Like I'm still, as a Chelsea fan, what guts me is like we keep coaches for about 7 months, right? And it guts me because I'm just like, give him a chance, man. Like, don't act like money grows on trees, and just let the guy work through something. And we just Brent is at that precipice though, where it's like he came in what 21, or was it 20?
21.
22 was his first season. 20.
Okay, so he's kind of like right there where it's like, well, he's been given time to bring in his own culture and recruits and coaching staff, and
you can see that,
Yeah,
you do that
for
in
sure.
the defense. Yeah.
For sure.
but we talked about this off air. We had not, what did I say, Auburn last year? We had not, or Auburn 2 years ago, I think it was. We have not, as an offense, scored 24, or sorry, more than 25 points
against a Power 4 opponent, I think is what you had said.
You think of the quarterbacks we've had, the offense we've had. Now, a lot of that was Lincoln's years. I get that. But you went from having a team that could score in the matter of seconds to where now
we have no big play capability, really.
No.
Yeah. So I think there's some miscommunication. I think we got to figure stuff out when it comes to receivers running routes, when it comes to, when it comes to Mateer being on the same page, when it comes to tight end blocking, there's a lot to work on. So hopefully, we'll see that work out and we'll get some health back on the offensive line. But then, coming up, we got South Carolina this weekend.
They beat us last year, didn't they?
They beat us last year.
At home.
They beat us, in the first 5 minutes of that game. We were down 21-0. Pretty much, before the game even started. So what are you guys thinking on? So Columbia, South Carolina, first time OU has ever played there.
It's exciting.
First time they've ever played. Last year was the first time we ever played South Carolina. So
this is why the SEC is fun, dude. This is why it's fun.
Because of that right there.
New games, new locations.
Yeah.
I used to go to South Carolina all the time for training. Our office had a training facility at University of South Carolina, and so I know that area really well. It's a really pretty campus. I would love to go eventually, and visit for an actual game. But shout out to the Village Idiot, my favorite pizza place in Columbia. But
nice.
Looking at this team and South Carolina, they're not in a great position right now. I meant to pull up their record.
I'm trying to get it right now. Just ESPN app. I'm gonna say it again. This is terrible. They're 3-3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're 3-3, with losses. To pretty. I mean, most of them are to decent schools. It's not like they're losing to a bunch of scrubs necessarily.
Yep.
But they have a tough schedule. Their schedule coming up is is like ours. Like they beat Virginia Tech, they beat South Carolina State, but they've lost to Vanderbilt, they've lost to Missouri, they've lost to LSU. So the teams that they've lost to are all ranked teams, So they may not be as good, but they're not bad, I don't think.
Their points per game is 22.3. So that's got to give you. Again, I'm kind of going back to like how much do we need to score with our defense? If our defense comes back and goes, this is who we are. All we need to do is score a few points.
If we hold them to 10 points, yeah. If we hold them to 10 points, we
should be a win.
Should win.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
so. We got that.
So is this like a portion where we would try to? Are we making predictions right now and also sharing thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah. Just
so
what you want there, sir.
I think Mateer, because you guys probably saw the photos and the videos of him watching the golden hat being handed to Texas. Like he's soaking that up. Like he's internalizing that. I think Mateer comes back and blows it up. I think Kanik has a big game.
Yeah, the hope is that he is like Kyler Murray was,
Yep.
In 2018, we lost that, and people were making fun of him, saying that he was crying and stuff like that. No, he was mad.
He was mad.
He was mad.
Yeah.
And so, I'm hoping that watching that golden hat get put on those stupid idiots' heads, that fires them up.
Yeah.
really, I think our defense they've been playing good all year. They're still one of the best scoring defenses in the nation. Uh, gave up more third downs than we have all year, really, and a lot of that was Arch really making good plays. He played good. He
Ugh,
made throws that he hasn't really made all year, and that might have just been because it was OU Texas. He may not have another good game all year,
I hope not.
but you know, I mean, this game just brings out the difference in people sometimes. So I think I guess looking at predictions or whatever, um, just thinking off the top of my head, I would I'm thinking probably 24-10 is kind of what I'd leave for OU.
I was gonna say
I'm not
24-9.
gonna okay. This won't be our like pick 'em pick, but we can kind of.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Paul? What are you thinking score wise?
I'm gonna say you said 24-10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 28-7. OU.
Okay. Okay.
I'm here.
So
I'm here for
let's
that.
look at. Hey, I mean, at this point, now it's kind of like let's just win. So
It could be
looking at this
under
week,
3. I don't care.
yeah. So looking at this week, you got Miami, Louisville, um, LSU, Vandy, us in South Carolina, Ole Miss, Georgia. Maybe the top is probably the top game.
There's
A&M,
also,
Arkansas is always weird.
I mean, the way Arkansas played Tennessee, you wouldn't hold anything back on Arkansas coming out and doing well. But you
Yeah.
also have Alabama hosting Tennessee and Notre Dame hosting USC.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Utah,
Yep.
BYU, the Holy War.
That's always a fun game.
You know that's what they call it, the Holy War.
I'm here for it. I love that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So what do you guys think? You guys want to go with like SEC game, or you want to go with Notre Dame USC?
I don't trust either one.
I don't have a preference. Yeah, I don't have a
No.
preference.
Let's stay in the SEC. Might as well.
Okay, so
You should
you
do
want
game
Georgia
day.
Ole Miss?
Yeah, let's do game day.
Georgia Ole Miss? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Is it at Ole
I'm here
Miss?
for it. No,
Um,
it's at
at
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah.
Okay.
2:30 kickoff.
2:30 kick at Georgia. Ole Miss and Georgia both kind of struggled this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ole Miss, for that high-powered offense, they did not do well against Washington State. Sorry.
So before we move on to actually making our picks, last week we all picked OU. I picked 21-6. It was almost the exact opposite. Um, so with the 3 losses added to our records, right now I am 5-2 in the lead. Shaun, things aren't working out for you.
Not at all.
2-5, and Paul is 4-4.
All right.
I think. Hold on.
You know,
No. Sorry, 4-3.
Oh no.
4-3.
Oh, I'm 4-3. Okay, even better.
4-3. 4-3. You got a winning record so far.
Woo.
So who wants to go first on picking Georgia, Ole Miss?
I mean, you're the
Georgia, Ole
leaderboard.
Miss.
So
Okay.
And what did
I
we
am
say? That's at Georgia, right?
at Georgia. Yeah.
It's at Georgia. Okay.
Yeah, it's at Georgia. Let's see if I can tell what the spread.
the spread said 7.5 Georgia. Over under is 54.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm definitely thinking Georgia to win.
I want to pick Georgia, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go Georgia. I'm gonna go Georgia, and I'm gonna go a little higher scoring because I think that Ole Miss is gonna be able to score. So I'm gonna go 32-28.
Oh, you know what I was gonna say?
What?
28.
31-28. Okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
Are you going Georgia?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Georgia at home. Yeah. I am so back and forth on if I like Kiffin or not.
Yeah, right.
I just can't
Yeah,
explain it. Some days I'm like, that guy's hilarious, and then some days I'm like, what an idiot. I'm so mad
I
at
can't
him.
stand that guy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Shaun, are you gonna go with us or against us?
I mean, this isn't a week that I think that I'll adjust. As much as I want Ole Miss to win that game, I don't think it'll happen, especially when they're having to travel, from Ole Miss all the way across the nation and then all the way back, and actually have to go back the other way to Georgia. So I will say,
Did you just say all the way across the nation?
yeah, they went from Ole Miss to Washington State, Oregon State, Washington State, right?
Did they play at Washington? Did they play at Washington State?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Don't make me making me think I don't know where my geography is.
I was sitting there and I'm like, you know how close Mississippi and Georgia are? I thought I know what you're going all the way across the country. Probably 250 miles to Athens, Georgia.
Got a long plane ride. No,
I mean, like going from Washington to Mississippi. They're flying private, right? They got it easy.
You would assume. Oh yeah. It's still, I don't know. For what it's worth. I don't think Ole Miss scores that much. I think they actually score like 10 points. So I'm gonna say Georgia 35-10.
I like that.
5-10. Okay.
I like that a lot.
Very nice. Okay. So then, last but not least, just any final thoughts we got. To me, like I think I texted you guys right after. You know what? We lost. Yeah, Texas still sucks. So
They suck so bad. I hate Texas. It's the worst.
Absolutely. Look, we're gonna go on a 3-0 run. We're gonna take care of
There it is.
first South Carolina. We'll actually end up taking care of Ole Miss, and then whoever the heck else we're gonna play, and we'll be a beautiful 8-1 going. Hey, this doesn't look that bad.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I don't like these sad pods. Who needs to win for this?
Sad pod can die. That's right.
Yeah, right. Well, in that, hey, but like you said, in a couple weeks we got Thunder starting back.
Couple weeks,
hey,
so sir, it's next week,
guys.
Well,
should I?
When's the first game that's not going to be on? That's not going to be on FanDuel. That's really.
I've already.
Did you already get your subscription or your pirating software?
Hold that thought.
I'll tell you right now. I think I watched a commercial and it's about FanDuel, and it just clicked. I'm not doing it this year. I can't. I'm done.
Like here's the thing. So FanDuel, it's a betting website, right? Like I would never use, like, if all the betting websites that I would ever use. Oh no!
Come on!
No!
You should have let the pod with that,
guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
Stick around for the reveal at the end of the show.
Taryn just
done that at the beginning.
Taryn just bears with me.
Are they the butter? Oh, okay. No.
Oh. Clean.
Okay.
Guys. So, Thunder winning back-to-back championships because I got these.
Yeah.
Shea promise.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And in order
Yeah. I tried to get on to this Nike sneaker app like a doofus.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, you've reserved your spot in trying to get an opportunity to buy the shoe. And I was like,
is this
what?
like, did you have to pay $300 just to get in the queue like the
not that
like
bad.
The World Cup?
Not that bad. About half that. Okay. So I get in the queue, and then like 10 minutes later, like, you didn't get in the queue. And I'm like, I threw my laptop across the sanctuary because I was at Redeemer when it went on sale. And so then I scoured secondary markets, and I ended up getting these for about $40 more than retail. So I'm not too mad. But
Okay.
and I like
That's
black.
really not that bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to
just-
encourage Taryn in.
Yeah. So before we get off, we need to remind everybody, if you want to sponsor us so that way Paul can buy shoes, let
I
us
need all
know.
the Shea colorways. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And as always, we're always sponsored by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Store. Not really, but I'm just trying. And Cakes by Nate.
Cakes by Nay. Every time.
We need at some point
She'll
have like.
probably never listen. We'll keep talking about her though.
I was like, you should listen to this. She's like, no, go away.
No.
Cakes
I'm
by
supposed to
Nay,
be
man.
in church.
It'll pay
No.
off eventually. But hey, on the Thunder note, it's just fun. It's just fun seeing the dudes. It's just fun, and they're traveling right now. I think they play. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, just to think about having a fully healthy. Now I know J-Dub's a little bit. J-Dub may not start the season. Kind of on edge about what's going to happen there. But generally, just to have generally healthy people, that's exciting. And y'all heard about Topic? I know we kind of joked about, the whatever you call that, where he got hit in the, the private area. But
Yes.
yeah, supposedly,
Yeah, he has.
which is just tough because he played such a great game, and then towards the end of that game, he got kicked or hit or whatever super hard in the delicate region.
We weren't playing Draymond. I'm confused.
I didn't know. Yeah, I was gonna say Draymond was
I know.
on there.
I know. The spirit of Draymond.
Draymond
was
just came
there.
out of nowhere. Draymond just came out of nowhere. And
Yeah. So, yeah.
ESPN stated that they have over under Thunder number one in the West, but 59.4. That's the over under for number of wins.
Really?
I think you got to go the over on that one. But don't do your betting on FanDuel. Go to a different website.
Seriously. What are the MGM? MGM's the competitor
I don't know.
FanDuel, right?
I don't even know. Yeah,
I'm assuming.
MGM, Bet USA. I don't even know. What they all are. But
So we won 68 games, right? Prior to playoffs. So we also, and Presti went through his entire thing of like, hey, these players did not play. Like, I think we had a total of 13 games of iHeart and Chet. If, knock wood, everyone's healthy, considering even with J-Dub, and even with Topic, considering all that, everyone for the most part, for the majority chunk of the season, do we hit 70 wins if we're all healthy?
I don't think so. I don't think we're going.
I don't think we win for 68 games. I mean, do you?
So,
That's true.
I think this Thunder team is historic. And that's not just because I'm a homer, because I am, but because of legitimate statistical data from last season. Like, they're historic, so that's cool.
Defense,
so that's
scoring, like all these things. Yeah.
Can I read y'all a quote from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in GQ magazine? And you guys are just going to melt.
Yes.
You're going to melt. Are you ready?
I'm here for it.
He said, here we go. This is SGA on knowing when it's time to retire from the NBA. Okay? I won't want to miss that much of my kid's life. I won't want to be away and miss his first basketball game every year, his first soccer game, football game, piano lesson, chess lesson, whatever it is. And there's a certain point in your career where you reach your peak. I don't fault guys for still playing. They love the game. But I just feel like I play this game ultimately to see what the best version of me can be. And once I figure that out and I start going down, then it's like, okay, well, what am I playing for now? As soon as that happens, I'll be on the first ship out. Dude, 72 games, 82 games and 0.
Let's win them all.
The dude's a dad. He's just a dad. And he's like, I'm going to hit my peak. That's what I'm saying. She's just a dad, dude. That's all it is. You know?
Shaun's at soccer matches on, during OU.
That's
Texas. Right.
That's exactly
I'm in
right.
Tulsa. You're in. Yeah, Shea is ready to. Yeah,
I'm here for it.
It is. Yeah, Shea watching Shea and iHeart with their kids. After the game, stuff like that.
Yes,
yeah, it's just so much.
Yes,
it'll be neat to watch the other guys because at some point they'll all do the same thing, but we'll be able to watch J-Dub be a dad, have Chet be a
Oh
dad.
my gosh.
You know, that
I
will be
can't
really
even
neat to watch
imagine.
them all.
Because Dort's a dad, you know? Oh, it's the best. I love it
Yeah.
so much.
So,
That's
well,
see
cool,
that
guys.
that's the way you end a pod right there.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Let's get it.
go be a dad and go be a good dad.
Be a good
Love
dad.
you guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. I got a
Love
good
you,
dad
man.
joke. Just
Oh, I'm
to
ready.
end it on a good dad joke. What do you call a group of people waiting in line to get their hair cut? A barbecue. Got it.
Man, that was good stuff. That's clean. It's
There you go.
If you want more
it's
great
just
jokes, watch the next episode. We're not talking about OU football, or we're not talking about Thunder. We're talking Premier League.
We're talking a little
we're
Premier
just
League.
talking about Esteval and how amazing he is. That's all we're talking about.
It's the whole thing. Nothing else.
Saving Brazilian football by himself. Okay, go ahead.
See you next time, guys.
Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next time on 2.5 Takes.
Later.
See ya.